somewhere off the edge of a forsaken highway in the most dimly lit part of town, exists a restaurant. A restaurant that defies all laws of nature. Welcome back, everyone, to Razor's Edge, because today we're talking about Waffle House. If you've never been to a Waffle House, I'd suggest that you make the pilgrimage there. Now, not every state in the US has an actual Waffle House, which is truly unfortunate. Like, honestly, if you're living in, like, California, you should just move at that point. You're missing out right now. However, if you're living in somewhere like Georgia, you're, like, blessed because there's apparently a Waffle House on every block, according to this map. But why Waffle House? What makes Waffle House so special? There are exactly 2,100 Waffle Houses in the world, and this is compared to 44,758 Subways and 39,198 McDonald's, which, how is Subway bigger than McDonald's? But that's not the point. Obviously, Waffle House is a pretty small chain with just a fraction of what Ronald and Jared share. Well, the thing that sets Waffle House apart is that it never closes. And you might be thinking, oh, that's nothing special. There's a million gas stations that don't close. There's like Walmarts that are open 24/7. No, Waffle House isn't just open 24/7. Waffle House doesn't close. There's a sign on the window of every Waffle House that I've ever been to that says always open. This isn't a reassurance. This isn't saying, oh, you can come to Waffle House at any time. This is a threat. Black font with a yellow border. There's nothing inviting about it. It is a declaration of power. Waffle House is saying they will not back down. They will always be open. The only thing in life more certain than death is that a Waffle House will be open. And Waffle House is just built upon this foundation that it is always open. So much to the point that each Waffle House is prepared to be self-sufficient, fully self-sufficient in the event of natural disasters. If the power goes out, Waffle House will remain open with a limited menu, with the restaurant just being powered by a generator. But if you go to Waffle House and it's closed, it's already too late for you. Its emergency preparedness is so extreme that FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, has something called the Waffle House Index. The index has 3 levels. Green, Waffle House is open with the full menu. Everything's fine. There's minor to no damage. Yellow, Waffle House is open with a limited menu. Something is wrong, and there's either no power or a food shortage. Red, Waffle House is closed. This is a doomsday level threat. If you wanted to go to Waffle House, you're already dead. Obviously, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but if Waffle House is closed, you need to go. You need to leave. And once the danger is over, unless the Waffle House is gone, unless it has been erased from the map, they will be open again. And this is just the most hilarious thing about Waffle House. They just don't close, which really makes them like the go-to degenerate hours type of restaurant. Like, honestly, if the sun has been up in the sky in the past 2 hours and you're going to Waffle House, there might be a problem. But if it's 2 a.m., those are prime waffle hours. My friends and I have made it a tradition to regularly attend Waffle House. However, we do this with the caveat that it must be later than 11 p.m. Because if it's earlier than that, I mean, like, you have other options. You could go to McDonald's, you could go to Subway, Jimmy John's, I don't know. But once you reach peak degenerate hours, that's when it's time to go to Waffle House. I mean, the food there is pretty good. It's cheap. It's nothing gourmet, but it gets the job done. A couple bucks for a waffle or even like a burger if you're feeling adventurous. Honestly, if you're getting a burger at Waffle House, I think you're doing it wrong. But the food isn't what you're there for. You're there for the atmosphere. You're there for the experience. The employees that are just on another plane of existence, the 60s diner aesthetic, the inevitable drug deal that's going on in the parking lot. That's what it's all about. Going to Waffle House at night is just an otherworldly experience. Like, you feel like you've traveled to a waffle dimension for a brief period of time. Like, it's not a bad thing, though. You leave with a new sense of purpose and some waffles in your gut. And before each meal, it is imperative that you pray to the almighty Lord Waffle for his blessing on your journey through the night, so that you too may be always open. I have no idea what any of that means. I think I just blacked out for a second there, but Waffle House is just this powerful presence in the world. It's kind of like Dollar General in the way that nobody ever sees like an under construction Waffle House. They just kind of spawn when you load in the US. It's like a Minecraft pre-made structure. Like all of a sudden it's just a Waffle House in an open field. Like you go to the Nether, boom, there it is. You go to High Hrothgar, boom, there it is. It defies not only logic, but the very laws of this universe and exists purely to spite God. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Waffle House. I'm a big night person. Like right now it's 4 a.m. recording this video. So restaurants that cater to absolute degenerates like me that are up at this time really have a soft spot in my heart. I mean, Taco Bell is open till like 2 a.m. at some places. But other than that, you have like local diners and gas stations, which like they can have decent food. But when I'm looking to grub, it's gotta be at Waffle House. But yeah, a bit of a shorter one this week. I just wanted to talk about how imposing Waffle House is to the point where it's literally written into the United States disaster protocol. It just radiates this aura of pure power that cannot be matched by anything else, and I find that absolutely hysterical and frightening. But with that being said, I hope to see you in the next one.